So, first live stream ever, just testing things out, seeing how everything goes. I got a ceiling fan going overhead, so if that's causing any issues, we'll have to figure it out. So, guess I should have got all this put together before I hit the button, but just testing things out, seeing how everything looks. Let's see how our lights look. Too bright? Should I take that down? I like a little bit of light. 30%. A little mood lighting. It's at 45. 45 is good. I'm gonna walk over to the computer and see what this looks like. Eventually I have all this set up here in front on this big table. So let me walk over and look at this. All right. We're just trying everything out. So let's see how everything kind of works here. See my hat. Should I turn this light up a little bit? Hey, what's up, Noah? How's it going, man? Can you hear? Is the audio pretty good? This is the first live stream ever, so I'm just kind of testing everything out, see how it's going. What's up, Christian? How's it going? Yeah, let me know how the let me know if the audio is good or if that fan. I got a fan going up above me, so perfect. Okay. So, what state are you in? I'm in Mississippi, South Mississippi, actually, Jackson County. So, right on the Gulf Coast. Where are y'all from? Cool. Appreciate it, Noah. Yeah, get you another one, Christian. Oh, nice. Maryland. Okay. Never been to Maryland. Just recently been to Chicago. Like I said, I'm from South Mississippi, so I go to a lot of the New Orleans Saints games. So I went to Chicago for a Saints game. That's like I wouldn't say that's the closest I've been to Maryland, but I've been up in the North Carolina region. That's about as northeast as I've been. Sasha Bean. What's up, Sasha Bean? I'm trying to read these names on the screen. I really need a bigger screen off over here to the side when I start doing these so I can see the comments a lot better. GSXR Jeff 2864. Yeah. What's up, Sasha? What's everybody doing tonight on so late? Yeah. Oh, nice, Christian from Mexico. Cool. I just recently, not to like, so as far as tequilas and stuff like that, I'm assuming you're into, possibly not. I don't know. I recently just got the Fortaleza. I know that's like a highly sought after bottle. Recently just got the Blanco, and it was really good. And then got some Ocho. I think the Anejo. It was really good. What's up, Stacy? South Florida, yeah. Only 8 years old. Drink. What's everybody sipping on tonight? Is anybody sipping on anything? I just decided to do this impromptu live stream just to test out some software and some other stuff. I haven't really been into the live streaming yet, but you know, baby steps as it goes. Ah, okay, yeah. I'm not far from going to bed too myself, Noah. Tons of stuff I need to do in the morning, so won't be on too late tonight. But appreciate you showing up. Appreciate you checking out the stream and everything. Not a problem. I understand. I was just playing some Halo with a buddy of mine that I haven't played with in forever. I played Halo and a few other games from time to time, and he just jumped off, and I said, "Let me just jump on here and do a live stream real quick." So, later, Noah. Appreciate you stopping by, checking everything out. Don't be a stranger. Hmm. So while I was playing some Halo, I was sipping on some Russell's 10. This is actually one of the original Russell's 10s that I got 2 years ago when I first kind of got heavy into bourbon and whiskeys and all that. This is how long it takes me to go through a bottle, is roughly a year to 2 years. So this is literally the last bit of it. Ah, yeah, rainbows abound. Is that all you rough? What's up, man? It's Bobby. What's up? Balin Manfredi. Like it. It's crazy as you get to the bottom of some of these bottles, they get that funky really into them. It's hard to know if it's the cork, if it's the age at which it sat in the bottle. I mean, it's hard to beat a Russell's 10. Y'all got you guys know that. But other than that, what's everybody else doing tonight? I know what I'm doing. So I don't even know what that means, Christian. But I'll take it. You never know. Let's set this a little bit. The angle of this. Yeah, Let's put this right there. I can read a little bit better. Should have brought my glasses, I guess. Oh, really? Manfredi, isn't that a God, it's a character in a movie or a TV show here recently. What is that from? Oh, Tulsa King. Yeah, Dwight Manfredi. That's where I've heard that name before. Yeah, yeah. This is kind of awesome. I really wasn't expecting anyone to get on. I was really expecting to sit here, sip my whiskey, watch some YouTube videos on the TV, and maybe have one person show up. Some weird guy, whatever. Late at night. But yeah. All right. Wonder if I can watch myself on YouTube. I can. That's weird to sit here and watch yourself on YouTube, and it's kind of a delayed playback. Ah, no problem, man. Yeah, appreciate it, man, Freddie. Me too. I just want to jump on here, try some things out. So hey, appreciate you showing up. I'll try to schedule some in the future, and hope you show up to those. And we'll see you in the future sometime. Appreciate you stopping in and checking everything out. Whoa, what's up, William Hall in the house? Cheers, all. Yes, sir. Welcome to the stream. Just in here trying some stuff out, trying out some different screens and some different profiles and different whatever. Oh, what's up, John? Gotcha. John Paul. Where's everybody from? I know Christian mentioned he's from Mexico. Yeah. What's up, Vermont? Is that Vermont? Vermont K7H. Yep. What's up, man? How's it going? How's everybody doing tonight? Everybody's just like me, just kind of bored hanging out here on YouTube. I keep looking down here when I should be looking up here. Sorry if I'm looking down. I'm looking at the comments talking when I should be looking up here. Yeah. Yep. Same as me, man. So I'm really curious. I'm gonna move this back just a touch, just to see if that helps a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if that helps. I can't see it when it's that far away. I'm gonna eventually get some screens. I've got plenty of extra screens here, um, but I need to get some screens to put so I can literally see what everybody's saying, and then the camera. Everything's got to be upgraded. Everything has to be upgraded, isn't it? It never stops. My name is I need to put some screens to put so I can. This is my house. Yeah, this is like a spare bedroom that I turned into whatever. Yeah. So this started out as kind of a, I don't know if it was a dare or if it was just some friends saying, "Hey, you should start a YouTube channel." I really got into bourbon and whiskey like last year around August or something. And I know I haven't been in it that long, but they suggested, hey, you should, because when I get into something, I really deep dive into it. When I get into mountain biking, I go hard. When I get into paintball, I went hard. When I got into stereo competitions, I went hard. I have to know everything I can know. I just consume knowledge, right? And then I'm constantly like regurgitating it, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. That's just the way I'm wired. I don't know if it's like ADHD or whatever, but when I get into something, I just have to know what I'm into. I have to know everything around it. And when I got into this, it was that way. So when somebody suggested a YouTube channel, I kind of leaned into it and started producing a few small videos, and it just I kind of got interested and started researching it, and it just snowballed into what it is now, which is still not that much. Yeah. Started out with John. I got you. Yeah, I'm totally with you there. Yeah, yeah. Why put your own name out there and just put something? Yeah, put something out. Yeah. Reverse your image and share is backwards. Oh, how can I don't even know how to do that. I'll figure that out. I don't want to like touch the settings here and like mess anything up, but I appreciate it, William. I'll figure that out. Really? Vermont, you got to still and make different types of liquor. So, do you make white dogs and then turn it into different bourbons and whiskeys, or are you talking like vodkas, or so what are we talking about here? I'm interested. I had some buddies that were big into making wine and some other things back in the day. So I don't know everything around it. And when I got into this, it was that. Yeah. uh, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll figure it out. Yeah. For backwards. Yep. Yep. I'll figure that part out. And I do know that when I shoot some videos, when I point, uh, I know where I'm at in orientation of this room. And when I point to something like, say, hey, click on this video, when I drop the video up here or add a video, it's on this side. So I know that there's some kind of orientation thing going on there. Mm. Ah, gotcha. Okay, I'll check that out. I appreciate all the input, everything from you guys' perspective. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got you, Vermont. Yeah. All right. So I am currently out of anything, so I'm going to grab something. So I don't. I don't. Yeah. Hey, Clarion, kid, what's up? Yeah, we're talking. Honestly, we're talking any and everything, but this is a bourbon whiskey channel, so yeah, everything's fair game. Just not politics and other stuff. Like, there's no need for all that. Let's just let's talk about things we can actually do. So, Crittentons. Anyone in here ever had Crittentons? So this is their. I believe this one's not marked. I believe this is the 2.0 toasted pecan. If anyone's had this, so for those of you that don't know, I live here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I'll put that there. I don't know if you can see that or not, if you want to see it. Let me see if I can adjust that a little bit. I can't see it for the comments, But yeah, whatever. Mm. That Crittenden's. This is 5 years. I'm pretty sure this is a 5 year. He just now has some 7 year stuff coming out. That's just it's so good. It's like Detling, any of these craft distilleries that are putting out, different things, especially the ones down here in the South where there's like super high humidity, super high heat. Crittenden's, Detling, all them guys are putting out just. I just spilled some everywhere. Oh, sorry, Lexi Sparks. Okay. Clarion, yep. Does Mississippi have state-run stores? What is the selection? So we don't have state-run stores. Alabama has ABC stores and some private stores. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm wrong, Mississippi is a state-controlled liquor state, but they don't have ABC stores. So you have a state-controlled liquor income, right? And then you have private stores that buy from distributors and wholesalers and all that. So, but I think your question may be more directed towards do they have state held pricing? Like, is everything like, say, in West Virginia, they sell everything at retail. They may not put it out, but when they put it out, boom, they sell it at retail. So here in Mississippi, no, the state procures it, puts it in a warehouse, and then distributors distribute it out to the private um, liquor stores. And then they can do with it as they please. And, most allocated stuff gets marked up 2, 3, 4, 5 times, whatever. Yeah. And Mississippi is also a weird state. Like, the state literally has to approve everything that comes into the state. So, like, we had Redwood Empire for a while, but it wasn't a heavy selling product. And they just kind of kicked it out of the state. So that's why I'm fortunate that I live right next to Louisiana, Florida, Alabama. Georgia's not too far, but Louisiana definitely has a better selection than we do. Yeah, it's definitely secondhand pricing here. Most of the stores will have, let's say, an Eagle Rare. Like, so you watch probably some of the bourbon hunters, and they go into stores and there'll be A.H. Taylor Small Batch, there'll be Eagle Rare, there'll be Blanton's, there'll be Buffalo Trace just sitting on the store shelves. There'll be cases of it sitting on the floor. That you won't see that here. If you do see an overabundance of it, what it is you have to buy like a store pick or 2 store picks to get a opportunity to buy a Blanton's or an Eagle Rare or an E.H. Taylor Small Batch at, I wouldn't say retail, I would say slightly above retail. And when I say retail, I mean what you think of as retail, because retail here in Mississippi is a little bit higher than retail somewhere else, right? There's so much oak on this Crittenden's. If you don't like oak, you won't like Crittenden's, you won't like Detling, you won't like Texas whiskey, right? Woo! 110 proof, but man, it drinks up there. Anybody sipping on anything in, kind of unusual or good? Always looking for some great recommendations. Um, like I said before, Mississippi is not exactly known for. We don't get like the latest and greatest releases in. Like we don't even have the new Sazerac 100 that came out way back at the first year. We definitely don't have the foolproof that came out first of the year. I had to get all that from Louisiana. Louisiana had it in droves, but Mississippi won't bring it in until there's a demand. Um, what else? Jefferson's cast strength. There's so much. Fortaleza tequila is not even available in the state of Mississippi. I've asked 6 different stores, and they'll go to their system, pull up the state's inventory or whatever, or however they order their inventory, and it's not even available to order. Like it's not even on the site. So that's kind of how things work. What's up, William? Trying out some Booker's 2504. See, I didn't get any of the Booker's batches from this year. I like them. I mean, they're aggressive. They drink hot. I, I just it's kind of like the Elijah Craig batches. You know, three a year. I got burned out on Booker's, but I mean, there's a Booker's right there. I think it's 23 Taco 2. Um, I like it, but it's just not something that I can tell the longer I get into my bourbon journey, the less I spend on certain bottles. I really have to like it to spend more than 50, 60, $100 on a bottle. And I'm sure most of you are like that. I'm sure most of you are not just running out to buy the latest and greatest just because it's new, but I could be wrong. But I do like Booker's in general. I have a buddy who came over the other day, and he was just astounded. He walked in here and he literally, because I don't know, 250 bottles. I know that's a lot for some, but not for others. I have like 250 bottles open on my on this bar back, and he was trying to figure out what he wanted to drink. He knew he liked bourbon, he liked whiskey, and all that, and he found that he really enjoyed the higher proof, higher, like just in your face, just aggressive drinks. And Booker's fit his palate to a T. And that's amazing that when I can help someone figure out exactly where they want to be in their bourbon and whiskey-ish journey, and really all I'm really doing is just helping them provide the means to try a few things that they never would have got to try before. That's all I can ask for. Oh, William, the FOMO man. Yeah. I don't necessarily hunt, but if I find them, don't do secondary, don't stand in lines. Man, I'm right there with you. I don't stand in lines. I don't do secondary unless it is. And here's the problem with having a YouTube channel is I got the standard FOMO of having, just a fear of missing out on just being in a hobby. And then on top of that, you layer on top of that having a YouTube channel where you feel like you need to have everything. You watch all these big channels, Bourbon Junkies, SLB Drinks, Whiskey and Brutally Honest Bourbon, and all the guys that I watch, Brad's Bourbon Reviews, and they're always getting the latest and greatest stuff, right? and and a lot of this stuff doesn't even come to my state until 4, 5, 6, 8 months later. And on top of that, sometimes it never comes into my state, never ever. And then I have to go outside the state to get it. So I might get something 9 months later, and the hype is gone on that bottle. So I either buy it just to make some random video, or I buy it because I want it. And that's where I'm constantly struggling. I'm constantly struggling between, do I want it, or do I want it for the channel? And that's where I struggle, because the channel is whatever. But I get you. The FOMO is real, and but I have definitely overpaid for bottles, and I've learned that you don't have to. You really don't have to. There's great bourbon out there from 30 to $80. You don't have to pay $300 for a Russell's 13. You can get a Russell store pick for $80 and sometimes be right there in the ballpark. Yeah, I get that. I get that, William. The Patreon is definitely, um, and my channel is not, to be monetized on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, and I haven't hit either of those marks yet. And most of it is my own, my own thing. Like I'm not pushing the channel like I should. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not like pushing it hard. I put out videos when I can, and I have a full time job. And we bought a new house to us 2 years ago. So we're constantly painting and working on things and doing this, and then life happens and dogs are sick, and we had to, I had to put down one of my 15-year-old dachshund that has been in my life for 15 years, which was extremely hard a few weeks ago. So, and my sister's had some health complications, and so you layer all these things on top, and you look at all this and you go, this is just trivial stuff. You really, it is, right? Um, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to treat this as like a main hobby, but I do want this to grow into something. So I am steadily pouring resources into it, hoping that at one point something opens up and it like becomes bigger than it is. And I just want it to become a community, and just, I don't know. I really don't know what I want this thing to become, but this type of input really does help. But the Patreon, yes, the Patreon helps. The AdSense helps once you hit the 1,000 subscriber mark and you hit the 4,000 hours watch time. From what I understand, the AdSense is really not that big a deal, right? But the Patreon definitely is. So I've been trying to avoid it just because it feels it feels weird to ask people to pay a monthly subscription to watch the same content they can watch on my channel, because I feel like to provide a Patreon, I really need to step it up and provide additional content that they're not getting in the normal YouTube. Oh, that's okay, Vermont. Your phone died. No biggie. We're just here hanging out, sipping on some whiskey. So, does anybody watch Whiskier or Brutally Honest Bourbon or any of those guys? The reason I ask is Whiskier is, I'm in South Mississippi. Whiskier is in West Louisiana, Southwest Louisiana. Brutally Honest Bourbon, he's in East Central Alabama. Of course, Bruzel is in North Alabama. I mean, everybody knows who Bruzel is. Um, I've met Whiskier a time or two. I've met several people at the Spillway event. Oh, what's up? FOMO Bourbon 615. What's up? Cheers from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Wait. Well, I said that wrong. Gallatin. Did you mean Gatlinburg, or is it Gallatin? Gallatin, Tennessee. Okay. Never heard of that. I lived in North Alabama for a few years and worked in Nashville and parts of Georgia, so I kind of know that area ish, kind of. Huntsville, Alabama, Nashville area. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, you're friends with Brandon? Yep. I have met him one time. And what's funny is Brandon started his channel roughly a month after I did, and that dude took it and ran with it. I mean, he did it legitly. I mean, he's, man, I don't know how many videos he's put out. He does distillery tours, he does interviews, he does live streams, he does review videos, he does bourbon hunts. He does all store picks, like legit picks. And I was watching a video today where he was going over all his 2025 store picks he did for his Patreon and for his bourbon groups, and I was kind of blown away. I'm like, he's done, according to that video, it looked like it was in almost the double digits. It was like between 8 to 12 single barrel picks. That's impressive. I've been on 2 single barrel picks, not for me personally. One was to help a store, and the other was just a bourbon group in the area. We went to Crittenton's, and then one was a Maker's Mark, just north of Nashville. Okay. Just started yours over the summer. Did you start a YouTube channel? Nice. I'll have to check that out after the stream. For sure. Yeah, drop the link down in there. Drop the link in the comments. Let everybody know. Been on about 10. Okay. That Joseph Magnus just started their single barrel program back up. Yeah, I know everybody's been clamoring for that one, haven't they? Yeah. You guys can't see it, but I'm watching this stream on my monitors that my laptop's hooked to, and then on my big screen that I play games on, it's on that as well. So I need to turn that off because it's kind of distracting because none of them are synced up. This one's live. This one's 3 seconds behind, and that one's like, I don't know, 10 seconds behind. It's very off-putting. Yeah, so we did for one of the local Facebook groups here in Mississippi, we did a double barrel or a double oak Crittenton's pick. And then I went with one of the local stores here near Ocean Springs, Mississippi, and helped them with a Maker's Mark private select, which was really cool because of the how, if you've ever done a Maker's Mark pick, you understand how it works. It's the 10 staves, and you got 5 different staves, and you pick 10 of them to create your own, private select. It was a really cool process and really great people too. It was really interesting. Man, I'm just enamored at the. I mean, I know there's only like what 5, 6 people in here, but that's really, really kind of blowing me away. I was expecting literally no one. I was expecting to literally just watch some TV while I had this going because I was just testing some stuff out. Oh, we dropped 3, but yeah, to be expected. But I appreciate everybody who showed up. Loved Makers. I actually come to pick up on the bus, and we had a 3-course meal. So did you go to actually to the distillery to do your pick, or because not long after I did that pick? So what we did was we did it here in town, and Maker's Mark actually sent some representatives to like a restaurant, and 3 or 4 businesses or whatever came to that area, and we did the pick there, the tasting. But then a week later, one of the other stores that I frequent a lot, was telling me like, yeah, they went up to Kentucky and actually went to Maker's Mark themselves, which was a much more elaborate, kind of spread, and they got fed and a private tour and all that. Yeah, so I missed out on that. Okay, yep. From what I understand, it's really cool to go to the distillery, the backdrop, the lake, or the whatever the lake that they pull their water from that they actually use. Yeah, it's really cool. The little area that you sit in. Yeah. Adam Sandler? Really? What's up, John? I look like Adam Sandler? I mean, shit, I'll take it. I mean, do I really? I mean, I look like Adam Sandler if he like kind of didn't give a shit, right? I'm listening to myself in a delay over there. I have hit many a golf ball in my day, so yeah. Are you too good for your hole? Get in the hole. How good was the second Happy Gilmore though? It was actually really good. I really enjoyed the callback. Sucked that it took so many years to make, but Adam Sandler. Has this really been going for 40 minutes? Wow. Yeah, the first one was. I mean, the first one was classic, right? It's kind of like trying to make remake a Billy Madison. You're just not going to do it. You're not going to capture the feels, right? And the Happy Gilmore, the second one was. I'm not going to say it was. It wasn't like watching Terminator 2 compared to Terminator 1, but I felt like it did a good service to the genre or to those who liked the first one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it replaced the first one or was better than the first one or even got close to the first one. I'm just saying I thought it was good and the callbacks were on point. And I mean, I know some of the characters in the first one had already passed on and died prior to them making the second one, so they couldn't do. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good whatever. Hmm. Single barrel pick this year. Oh wow. I am going to say single barrel. I have one. I have one. And I'll be real interested if any of you have heard of this brand. Okay. Here we go. My top single barrel, and I'm looking just to make sure. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. Any guesses? You won't get this. Yeah, who's from somebody's from north of Tennessee. You might get this. It is from a distillery in Tennessee. It is from a distillery that Bruzel has mentioned. If you watch Major Zero, he has mentioned it. I'm pretty sure SLB Drinks has also mentioned this brand. Ready? Old Glory. Oh, this stuff is single barrel, 122.6 proof. And it's not super old. I'm pretty sure I don't see it at the time. And this is the first batch of Old Glory available in Mississippi. Mabry's here in Ocean Springs brought this in. Barrel number 303, bottle number 28 of 191, 122.6 proof, 61.3. This is their Tennessee whiskey sweet mash recipe. And it's amazing. It really is. Like for 122 proof on the nose, it's almost non-existent. But what you get is this nice dark chocolate almond. There's like a nuttiness, but not like a peanut, not like a Jim Beam. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comment here. Yeah, yeah, I agree. The second one was definitely off the success of the first one, no doubt about it. We're trying to milk as much. It's possible, he hadn't put out a whole bunch of bangers. He kind of contracted. Adam Sandler kind of contracted with Netflix there for a while to put out some movies, and some of them were pretty good. There was this one that was like a murder mystery that me and my wife thought was pretty okay-ish funny, but none of them were like Happy Madison, Billy, whatever, funny. But oh yeah, I'd love to have the collection too myself. Yeah. Ooh yeah, FOMO. Yeah, Old Dominic. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. So this is the single barrel that comes to mind. But if you're talking Old Dominic, where is? Yeah. So this Old Dominic single barrel wheat whiskey, 126.35 proof, aged 7 years. This is a 83% wheat, 12% corn, 5% malted barley, single barrel Old Dominic. To me, this is a game changing bottle right here. I mean, this is for a weeder. This is amazing. Feel like with the success of sorry, wait. I'd love to have a collection one day. It looks pretty cool. You will. I mean, don't rush it. Don't get FOMO. Don't. There, I hate the fact that I get FOMO so bad when it comes to buying certain things. I wish I really didn't, but I do. Most people do. A lot of people do. I've gotten it more in check here lately, which is great. But this is all because of the channel. I mean, the 250 bottles is this is more whiskey than I could drink. I could drink in I don't know years, literally years. If I stopped buying tomorrow, this would take me literally years to go through because I just don't drink that much. So you know, just slowly get there, and you'll get there. Yeah. What's the most expensive one you got? You talking about John? You talking about just bottle in general that I've paid for? Oh, I wish you hadn't asked that. Oh, I hate that question. I really do. Mm, most expensive. Oh my gosh, this Old Glory. It's so good. What's the most expensive one you got? So I'm assuming you mean most expensive that I paid out of pocket and not necessarily most expensive that it would cost someone to buy, because I have bottles I bought at retail that would cost someone $450, $500. My most expensive bottle is this Russell's 15, and you can see how much I've drank out of it. I got this Christmas of last year, so I've had this for roughly a year, give or take. And it's good. I mean, it's probably the best in one form or another. But is it worth what I paid? Not in my opinion. But at the time, I got a YouTube channel. I have to have this, right? That's how I justified it. But oh yeah, I love the OG. They were in Clarksville, sourced their grains from Shelby, Tennessee. I used to live. I used to drive through Shelbyville. Yeah, close to Uncle Nearest. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know Uncle Nearest was right there. That's a brand I have not gotten into very much. I really do want to get into it, and I know they're kind of having some financial problems, and they're being sued by their bank and yada yada yada. But I do want to try some of their stuff because I hear it's really good. I know it's a little pricey. Pick up 8-year weeder like that. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Getting ready to leave right now to head to Heaven Hill because of FOMO. Are you getting the what's everybody getting there? The William Heaven Hill? Is it the 19 or something? I've been seeing like a ton of people getting that. You know, I'm so glad that I don't live within 3 to 8 hours or 3 to 6 hours of Kentucky. So I'm just glad I live so far south that it's not even a thought. Don't ask, don't tell. No receipts, right? FOMO. Yeah. My wife hates bourbon and likes whiskey even less. Like she drinks a little bit of wine here and there, and here recently, like she really hates the smell of bourbon. I can drink Irish whiskey and a little bit of scotch, no problem. She can I can walk by her after I've had a few sips and she's fine. But if I have bourbon, she knows it. She says, "Oh my God, you've been drinking bourbon." She literally hates the smell of it, which is fine because that would just mean there's two of us in the house that really liked it, right? So it's good that we have a kind of a break there. But yeah, she hates it. So yeah, that's also one of the reasons why I hate how much I paid for that bottle. No receipts. William Heaven Hill 19. Yeah. What's the retail on that bottle? Like, I forget what I saw. I know Bourbon Junkies got one or two other channels I saw that I follow got one. Was it Whiskey Weather? There's one or two of them that got it. Yeah. I'm 2 hours from B Town, and my daughter goes to college in Daneville. Wilderness Trail. Wilderness Trail is a really, really cool distillery. Never been there, and honestly haven't had a ton of their product, but just how they nerd out on the science of how to distill and how the the yeast and the different strains work and the sweet mash versus the sour mash and just is everything that they analyze, every piece of data is just mind boggling to me, and that's one reason I do like Wilderness Trail. Those guys are like geeking out, nerding out on statistics and data and just yada yada yada. 320 out the door. Less than I paid for my Russell's 15. Do you think that William Heaven Hill 19 would beat a Russell's 15? From what I understand, it's pretty perfect. So, be interesting. Wife hates bourbon and whiskey, and the time I spent. Yeah, me too, buddy. Me too. So, anytime we have a Christmas party or a birthday party or any kind of gathering here at our house, I always have to come in here and I like rearrange the room. Not the room, but like the tables, like this table that I'm sitting on right now. Um, I rearrange everything so that everything's just more accessible and I clean everything up. And I spend as much time cleaning up this room as she does cleaning the entire house. And so she's always getting on to me about that. And then it, I'm not going to say it upsets her, but when we have a gathering and like a couple, anybody could come over. I'm not just saying just dudes, but like ladies come over and everybody who's into whiskey or bourbon or spirits of any kind, they all want to come in here and look at the room, right? Because I got everything's lit up, there's lights all around the room, and I light everything up. And I tell everybody, if it's open, you can try it. If any of this is open, there's bottles that span all the way around, right? There's all these shelving that I have, and I tell them, if it's open, here's a glass, pour you up and try it, and it's always this weird dynamic where her friends come over and it's like, oh, well, you got to come check out, his bourbon room. And they all come in here and they spend like 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes in here. And she's always like, hey, we got activities to do outside. Come on, let's go do activities. Forget about his stupid whiskey room. What? Come on, Weezer. Get out of here. Much full whiskey. I can't even make it to the shelf. I'm with you. I've got some boxes over there, some like case boxes, mixtures and some whatever else that I've got some bottles shoved in. I try to keep everything off the floor. I don't have that many bottles. I did buy a small kind of angled corner shelf that goes under my TV. That's where a lot of my um, specialty bottles or things I'm holding on till later, to open sit. There's not that many. There's like 4 to 6 bottles in there, and then there's a few. I'm a big Maker's Mark guy. I love the Mocha Stave. It's my absolute favorite. I love that chocolate, tobacco, coffee, just it just gets me, right? It's the proof point, it's the flavors. I love it. So of course, I had to buy as many backups as I could, right? Because that's a 1 year off type bottle. But yeah, I try not to do too much. And when I say I bought backups, I bought 2 backups. So and when I bought those backups, it was literally a year and a half later after the release of that bottle. Because I think that was a Costco only release, the Mocha Stave Maker's Mark, when they first come out. Like right now, the 2025 version is, I think, Costco only, but possibly in some liquor stores. But we don't see it in Mississippi. Like I haven't seen that bottle anywhere. So, but it's also a different stave profile too. So I got let's say I got hell. I bought a Golden Tee Arcade. You bought a Golden Tee Arcade and nowhere to put it in the moment. So you're like building a legit man cave. Yeah. I would love a shuffleboard table and a pool table and some screens to watch football games and whatever's on TV, right? Yeah, Mocha was Costco only. Yeah. And I think the 2025 maybe also as well. But I have seen it at least in some Bourbon Hunters channels. I have seen it in some stores. Some could be Kentucky only. I don't know. Sortress. Is that Sortress? Sortress. I have soaked some dried fruits in spirits, but I haven't soaked them in rum. I've soaked raisins in vodka before because I grew up with gout really bad when I was younger, and somebody told me if you soak white or non brown raisins or the white raisins or the green raisins in vodka for 5 days and then eat them, that gets rid of the gout. Whether it did or didn't, I don't know. But I have done that in the past. So I get what you're saying. I'm not very knowledgeable in alcoholic beverages because I don't drink. What's the difference between rum and other alcohols? Okay, well, rum is just so the difference in different alcohols is rum is made from sugarcane. Vodka is made from potatoes. Somebody correct me, but vodka is made from potatoes or different other grains or vegetables or whatever. Um, Whiskey is made from grain. So you got your corns, you got your wheats, you got your malted, you got your barleys, you got your rye. Bourbon is essentially an American whiskey. So bourbon has to be 51% corn. There's other rules that govern it, right? It has to be made in America, it has to be 51% corn, has to be aged in new charred oak barrels. There's some interpretation that goes on with that portion, but that's the main difference is bourbon is 51% corn, and that's why when you see a wheat whiskey or a rye whiskey, it is 51% wheat or 51% rye. So it's not a bourbon, it's a wheat or rye whiskey. Vodka is the same way. It can be a potato vodka. Um, you've got JT Mellick in Louisiana producing whiskey made from rice, grain. It's a grain. So grain whiskey made from rice. Phenomenal stuff. It's almost indiscernible between bourbon and whiskey. What else? You got tequila, which is made from agave. You've got Japanese, which is made from rice. So really, it's just about what grain or what ingredient is used to make the spirit is really the difference. Oh, we're getting past. Oh, so when it comes to other alcohols, if you're talking about absinthe or so the other defining characteristic of whiskey is it has to be 80 proof. 40% ABV or 80 proof is what defines whiskey. Anything below 80 proof or 40% ABV is a liqueur or something else. The recipe required rum. Okay. And each beverage has to be a specific volume of ethanol. Are you talking about like a drink? Don't forget you can have the correct mash bill. But if you have it come off the still too high proof and barrel at too high, it can't be considered. That's right. Yep. So bourbon, by definition, can only be distilled up to 125 proof or can only be barreled at 125 proof, meaning they distill it and they go to put it in a barrel, it can be only 125 proof. If it's 130 and they put it in a barrel, it's American light whiskey or American whiskey. It can't be considered bourbon by definition. So if it's up to 125 proof and they put it in a barrel, it can be bourbon. And then there's interpretation about how long it has to be aged. Really, it don't have to really even be aged as long as it touches new charred oak wood. And there's some interpretation that it don't even have to be in a barrel. It can just hit a plank of wood and boom, be good. There's actually a bottle made by the guy from that moonshine show. He makes what's his name? He makes the Climax moonshine. But anyways, his stuff is, I cannot remember the age, but it's like it's aged for at least 2 days, meaning he put it in a barrel for 2 days. Or I don't know if that's true or not, but you get what I'm saying. So it's based on the fruit or grain. That's right. So most liquors are based on the fruit or grain in which they are derived from. Tequila is agave. Vodka is potato. I'm sure there's some others, but predominantly potato. Japanese is predominantly rice. Bourbon is 51% corn. Everything else, whiskey is a grain. It doesn't matter if it's wheat, rice, potato. Potato is not a grain. Um, yeah. So what is cognac? So cognac, I think is with a C. Cognac is there is a region of France called Cognac. It's a region, and it's essentially a grape. So so think of it this way: any fruit or anything that has sucralose in it or sugar in it can be converted into ethyl alcohol because of the sugar content in the grain or in the fruit or in the X, whatever. As long as there's sugar content in the thing, like in rice, there's starch, which is right, which is sugar to some extent. All of that can be converted into liquor. Um, so cognac is just grape liquor, but it's at a much lower proof. I think cognac runs 25 to 35%. Maybe there's some 40% cognacs on the market, but cognacs are typically lower proof. And I could be way off. Cognac is not my forte, but that's what a cognac is. Oh, I'm missing some comments here. 160 off the still and cannot exceed 125. Oh, that's right. So it can come off the still at 160, but it can't exceed 125 when it goes into the barrel. That's correct. Yep. So anything over 160 can't be a bourbon. It can be an American light whiskey. And that's why you see a lot of American light whiskeys with hazmat. That's why you can see a lot of American light whiskeys easily hitting hazmat status because Michter's, um, Maker's Mark, certain brands they distill their spirits up to less than 125 proof and put it in the barrel less than 125 proof. So as a barrel ages and becomes hotter and expands and contracts in the warehouse, that's where you get the angel share, and that's where you get the 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 actual alcohol burns off. Not the alcohol burns off, but the water burns off, which makes it more alcoholic or whatever. It makes the alcohol content increase with the heat and cold cycles. Well, theirs are always going to be hazmat because they put it in the barrel at 160, whereas bourbon can only go in the barrel at 125. So American light whiskey can be a much higher proof at 4 to 6 years, at 10 years, than a bourbon that went in the barrel at 125. It might take it 10, 12, 15 years to become hazmat. It just depending on the region and the height in the rick house and the height of the rick house on the property. There's tons of reasons why something becomes higher proof than it started out with. So make sure I didn't miss any comments. I got 40% rum. Any volume of ethanol from sugar cane is considered rum. Yeast breaks down the sugars, producing ethanol as a byproduct. Yep. What's up, Adonia Master? I'm not great with names, guys. I'm really not. 6, 7. I don't know. Does distillation kill fungus? It does. Distillation does kill almost everything, and there's a lot of misinformation about. Well, I can take this thing and then distill it, and it becomes something else with that essence of what it was. That's not how it works. When you distill something, especially if you triple distill it or quadruple distill it or 6 times or 10 times distill something over, you're killing everything in it. That includes flavors and esters and all these other things that are in it. So the more you distill something down, the more you're stripping out some of the things that make it unique. Does that make sense? But it's not necessarily a bad thing. But yes, distillation kills bad bacteria and bad things and this and this and this and this and this, but it also kills good things too. So great conversation here tonight, guys. I did not expect this when I got on tonight. You guys are awesome. Appreciate this. Oh, that's Old Glory. It's like funfetti cake icing, marshmallows, vanilla cake icing, and like barrel char. Just good. Mm. Okay, FOMO, I am in South Mississippi. I'm about as far south as you can go before you hit water. So I am like here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, like literally right before you hit the Gulf of Mexico. Like I'm smack dab between 40 minutes to Mobile, Alabama, or an hour to New Orleans. Should I open the bowl with the raisins and the dried fruit to mix them? I do think you should stir them from time to time. I would say you do want to keep the liquor above them for the majority. You don't want any of them to kind of dry out because of lack of moisture. But it's also been years since I've done that. But if I remember correctly, you do want to keep the liquor content. If you've got a layer of raisins or a layer of fruit or whatever you're doing, you do want to keep the liquor or the whatever slightly above them. Kind of like when you're boiling something, you want to boil something like noodles. You don't want to put this much noodles in this much water and boil it. Yeah. So I think you should. I think you should probably stir it a little bit. And unless you're getting like within days of being done, maybe add a little more. Play it by ear. I mean, if you mess it up, just do it again. Cool as I was in Pachula. Where is that at? FOMO? Pachula? Is that Louisiana or is that Alabama? If that's Mississippi, I've never heard of it. Pachula. Interesting. I'm from Greece. What's up, Sortis? Is that Sorteris? Okay, this is very small on my screen, so if I get any of these names wrong, forgive me. From Greece, that's awesome. Is auction okay? That's my question. Do you mean? Let's see. Were you asking? I'm trying to look through the comments. It's auction okay. Make sure I'm picking up on the right comment that the distillation killed us to. Yeah, oxygen is a part of distillation. So I would say oxygen is essential and is fine for. Now I'm no distiller. Not offering any major advice when it comes to any projects that you're working on, but I would say oxygen is essential to distillation and to fermentation, etc., etc. Yes. I'm from South Carolina, and moonshine is our H2O. But yet I hate. Why, Travis? Why do you hate moonshine? Like, are you talking like legit? You like drove 40 minutes down the road and like the dude in the woods, you pulled up and he threw 2 boxes in your truck and you went back home, and you're talking like real moonshine, or are you talking about the moonshine that you get from the moonshine stores? I assume you're talking about real moonshine. And if you're talking about real moonshine, then I'm interested to know, do you know what the proof point is? And I'm asking this legitimately because it's been literally decades since I've had real homegrown in the swamp moonshine. Because, yeah, I'm from South Mississippi, but we do have swamps here, and we do have people that hang out there that probably are making real moonlight moonshine. So I'm with you there. There's some of that stuff that's kind of, yeah. Southeast of Meridian. Oh, really? I'll have to look that up, FOMO. What was that called? Pachula. Okay. Pachula. I'll have to look that up. I've never heard of that place. It's in Mississippi. There you go. Okay. Super need. Hmm. Okay. You do you. I have a feeling that Old Glory might be the next Detling or Crittenden's brand. It's just so good. Yes, the real moonshine, the one you get from the creepy old guy in the woods. He has 2 dogs. It's so true. It's so true. Those guys always have dogs. Always. All right, so we're gonna pour some of this Old Dominick. So this is a store pick from Spillway. don't know if you can see that. So this is the Spillway event for any of you bourbon-ish nerds. This is that Spillway event. So 7 years, 126 proof, wheat whiskey. Really good stuff. Keep an eye on O.H. Ingram. I have heard of that. Isn't that the brand that they age it on boats on the Mississippi River? Am I wrong about that? Pretty sure that that's right. That wheat funk is nice. You look poor? I am poor. Indeed. I mean, yeah. That's why I'm filming this on a old ass iPhone. Yeah. 126, holy shit. Are you talking about the number of videos I have? I think. Plumber, I don't know. XX Plumber 5. Take your drink for me. What's up, Marcy? Wheat whiskey. Barges. Yes, barges. So I had the unique opportunity to, my parents had like a small little camp on the Tombigbee River. So I got well acquainted with barges and the tugboats that push them. So I take a drink for me. I'm in a sober living right now. Hey, totally understand that, Marcy. Not a, you're not going to hear any negativity out of me on that one. I definitely get that. I definitely take some long breaks myself, so been sober for a while, but I was a whiskey man. Okay, Plumber. I hope I'm getting that right. I can barely see these names on the XX Plumber 5. Yeah. You said 126 proof. Yeah, this is, you talking about the Old Dominic? Yeah, 126.35 proof. If it'll focus up, focus up. 126.35. Probably O.H. Ingram was my favorite pour of the year. I would have put it up against any BTEC. Ooh. Hey, I'm with you there. Yeah, I do believe the BTEC stuff is a little overrated. I mean, I do want a William LaRue Weather and a George T. Stagg. Outside of that, maybe a Eagle Rare 17, 18, whatever it is. But other than those two or three, yeah, the rest of them. Maybe even King of Kentucky. Ooh. O.H. Ingram, huh? Okay. I mean, I've seen Bruzel talk a lot about it and maybe one or two others. Mostly Bruzel, if I remember right. I watch a lot of Bruzel. I mean, I watch some Bruzel. Um, Whiskier, Bourbon Junkies, Brutally Honest Bourbon. I watch Brad's Bourbon Reviews from Florida. SLB Drinks. There's a few others I watch. I mean, there's a bunch of Artfully Bourbon. Yep. Check, check, check. Well, I appreciate that, Marcy. I appreciate that a bunch. Appreciate the sub. Alcohol once ruled my life, but I'm getting through it day by day. I won't take the fun away from someone else. Hey, Marcy, I'm gonna tell you what. One thing I've learned on this journey, and before I started this whole YouTube channel, don't get me wrong, I'd drink some beer. I'd gotten out of beer for a long time because of I had gout since I was 19, and beer really messes with my gout. So I converted over to drinking rum and cokes, and then just this and this and this and this and this, right? Um, I will tell you this that you're not going to hear any negativity from me on that subject. I think you're on the right track. I think the stronger thing to do is to not. I think you're on the right path. You do what's best for you. And there's times when I take breaks from all this. I take I try not to drink more than 2 3 days a week now. And when I say drink, I mean like a pour like this 1 to 3 days a week. Especially when I'm shooting videos, of course, I have to have more than that, right? And I try to limit that to certain days or certain weekend days. But you definitely can, especially the older you get, you definitely can feel the cognitive decline because of things like alcohol. Now, don't get me wrong, with the lower proof stuff, the 80 proof, Irish whiskey and scotch and all this, I feel like I can consume a little more and be fine. But when you get into the higher proof bourbons and, American light whiskeys and other things, I do feel like you can feel it the next day. I feel like I'm just a little more cloudy. I got a little bit bigger of a headache or whatever. So, what I'm trying to say is kudos to you. You do you. This is all for entertainment to begin with. So, kudos. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yep. Both of y'all, Marcy and X Plum. I wish I knew how to actually say that. X Plumar 5. I'm like butchering the hell out of that. Yep. Stay strong, guys. Y'all just I tell you what, if y'all get entertainment out of watching this channel or any other bourbon YouTube channels, perfect. Just from listening to people talk about different things, perfect. Yep. I'm just reading. I'm just catching back up on comments here, guys. Appreciate it. Captain Morgan, where it at? Yeah, Richard, man, Captain Morgan I say ruled my life, but that was my go-to. Captain Morgan or Sailor Jerry and Coke or Sprite or anything like that. That's how I kind of got my night going. Christian, I don't know who Goblin is. Yep. Hey man, Marcy. Yep. You do you. If you want to watch any of this or any other channel and just enjoy the content is all I'm trying to say is you don't have to sit here and go toe to toe with anybody and try to prove anything to anyone. You do you, and this is all for entertainment, right? So you be the strong one and do what's right for you. And plur plur mouse, is that like what's the not the rapper but the dead mouse, is that the not the EDM, but I forget what genre his music falls into. Is it like dead mouse? But okay, good to know. Plur mouse, got it. You seem like I appreciate that, Marcy. Marcy, I appreciate that. I say Marcy. Is it Marky? Marque 502? I've been saying Marcy. Is it Marque? My bad. Like the DJ dead. You said it. Yeah, Dead Mouse. Yeah, Dead Mouth 5. Yeah. Only Bourbon. Dead Mouse is a beast. Yeah, yeah. I love watching his content. I love watching his studio where he has that camera way up and it like films his whole studio and just some of the stuff he's come up with and just his lifestyle. It's just awesome. He's just a regular dude. Like he plays video games. He has this entire LAN network set up for his friends, and it's just really cool. Yeah. Drink more Captain Morgan than Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah. So Jerry's still a great job. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's higher proof, right? So it gets the job. I mean, it's for effect, right? So it got the job done all those years. It got the job done. Just hanging out with friends. Everybody else was drinking beer and everything, and but I mean, yeah, I don't know what all that is. Merkay, you're fine, dude. I, again, I sorry, uh, Marquet. I'll get it right. I'll get it right. Copy that, Marquet. Just got shit. Merch from Timu. Very nice stuff. I've never ordered anything from Timu, Sheen, or any of those. I got friends that do, and it's just hilarious because they never know if they're getting in what they actually ordered or not. It's just really awesome. Got to hit the road, 2 hour drive to Heaven Hill. Get that Heaven Hill 19. Yeah, I need to know how that is, man. Appreciate it, FOMO. Appreciate you stopping by, checking out the live stream and everything. I'm probably about to end it. I got to get into bed. I got to get some stuff done. Yeah, yeah. I've seen people addicted to Team my old sober house. Roommate ordered 40 packages of holy crap. 40 a month. Back at the height of COVID, I was never big on ordering from like Amazon or anything. I mean, don't get me wrong, I didn't have anything against it. I just didn't much. But during COVID, everybody was kind of, sheltered and yada, yada, yada. But like, I got to where I was just ordering oh, I want that. That's cool. And order it, order, order, order. Yeah. So I could definitely see that. That's the wife. Ooh, freeze. Yes. It's I think the low tonight here in South Mississippi is like 48. 48, which I get it, is not cold for people way up north. But there, yeah, I can see it being very cold. I had a girlfriend get a $12,000 for her medical supplies. She spent it all on Timu and Amazon and died. Oh my God. Oh my God. Playmore or Plama? Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, that like it brings back all kinds of memories. Like I know it's not nearly the same thing, but like I just had to put down my 15-year-old dachshund a few weeks ago, like 3 4 weeks ago, and man, that's like the toughest thing I've done in my life. Yeah, it's just crazy. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, she was intelligent when she did it. She never had. You kind of wonder, like, do they kind of you ever get these feelings like you kind of know something's coming, whether it's good news, bad news, or something? And I'm just curious if maybe she knew that her time was limited, and she just really just wanted to get a bunch of things that you just wanted. I'm assuming. I'm assuming they came in before she passed, which would be really nice. It would suck to like order a bunch of things and then die and then them not come in till later. So I'm hoping that like she was able to get this stuff in and like enjoy it for a small amount of time at least. Yeah. You got it all? Okay, good. Yeah. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah. I could see being just whether you're intelligent or not, or higher, thinking, whether you got this, I'm gonna call it a premonition or not, and you get this feeling that, oh, I think my time might be limited. Well, I'm gonna go all out because like what's the downside? You go all out, you spend 10, 12, 15 grand on just random stuff, and you don't, and you live. Well, now you have that stuff, and you can either sell it off and get back some of your money or whatever, or you don't, and you got to at least enjoy a few small things. Which, yeah, I could see going out that way. I could see if I knew, oh, I've got 3 weeks. Boom, I'm getting certain things in place for my wife, my family, and yada yada yada. But also at the same time, let's go. Yep. There's some things I want to check off my list. There's some stuff I want to buy and experience, and then yeah, I can see that. I mean, that's sad, but I get it. Hmm. I mean, it's a hard place to understand. It's a hard place to try to rationalize. It's a hard place to try to get into someone's mindset. And I don't know if you can until you're faced with it. I don't know. Like up until I had to put my 15-year-old dachshund down, I had never experienced true loss. I've had, grandparents pass, I've had uncles and aunts passed, I've had family members passed, but until I had to put down something in my life that I had spent literally a third of my life with, my dachshund, truly didn't understand, loss and all of this stuff. So yeah, I couldn't imagine being in that position. That's just tough. Yeah. So we got 7 people in the watching. What's everybody? Anybody drinking anything? Anybody? Yeah. What's going on? Anybody watching anything cool tonight? I'm just streaming because I got bored. I was about to play some video games, and I said, "Well, let me just fire up the old phone and see what's going on. Where's everybody from? What's everybody doing?" That's not all the bottles behind me. So, incidentally, so what you're seeing is some shelves I built, and these are 2x10s, 2x12s. 2x12s you buy, they're not actually 12 inches wide, right? So I built both of these shelves and then mounted. You can't see them, but they're undermounted behind and underneath. Well, the first time I built them, they started to fall after about 6 months. I come in here one day and this shelf was literally like, and luckily none of the bottles slid off. So I literally had to redesign the whole thing, pull everything back off, make sure I found every stud on the wall, and just redesign it from the ground up. So that's kind of what this is. But no, this is not every bottle I have. This is just mainly some display bottles, and I'm trying not to put too many bottles on these shelves. I'm trying not to like double and triple stack it. I'm trying to just put singular. That's why you only see one line of bottles up here. Um, I have a whole shelf on this side over here that you can't see. Down below, this is like bottles that are haven't been popped yet that I need to do reviews on or do fresh cork pop shorts. And then this is like my world whiskey bottles. This is my Redbreast, my Irish whiskey, my Scottish whiskey, all that stuff. So I have, like I said, I have somewhere around 250, 260 bottles open on all of these shelves. And then there's some boxes over here and then a shelf over there with some additional bottles in it. So not a whole bunch of bottles that are unopened. There's some specialty bottles that are for some special occasions, but not too many. So I would say 98% of my bottles are open on the shelf. Let me make sure I haven't missed any. Ah, I wish I could sell them, but I don't have any that really are for sale. So, is this a bar space? Oh no! So I live in South Mississippi. We don't really have basements here. We do. There are houses that have it. So this is just a spare bedroom in my new house that we bought a few years ago. That was essentially my office, and now at work at my 40-hour a week job. I don't work a whole lot of remote, so I pretty much just, play video games in here and do light YouTube research and Google research when I'm looking for something on Amazon or whatever. And then I have a 52-inch screen that I play video games on or watch YouTube videos or whatever. And then this is just my filming area behind me. That's all it is. It's just a backdrop, a set. Yeah. So if you ever want to see the entire workings of it, I'll do a video on it. Again, I think you'll be kind of disappointed because it's really not that much more to what you're not seeing. Yeah. Is that the bar space? Okay. Yep. Man, I honestly did not expect anybody to really even show up to this, and I appreciate it. We've held somewhere between 3 and I think 8 people at the most for over an hour, well over an hour, and I think that's awesome. So again, this is my first live stream ever. I was just trying out the feature, seeing how everything worked. Was bored here at the house. Let's just try it. So we'll definitely do some more in the future. So I had a comment earlier, not on here, but on another one, that said, "Well, all guys that wear hats have to be bald." Well, not bald. So what's up, Stacy? Oh, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, man. I'm I can see I can see wanting to troll a channel because like say the Bourbon Junkies, those guys love it, right? SOB drinks, they kind of lean into it, but Bourbon Junkies definitely do. Bruzel and them, I don't know if you make a comment on their channel if they actually see it, because they're just, their channel is just too big, right? Um, I'm again not. I am not a whiskey aficionado. I'm not a bourbon aficionado. I'm not a. I've never been trained in how to taste whiskey. I've never been trained in how to drink whiskey. I've never been trained in how to do anything. When I first picked up the idea to do this channel, I didn't know anything about video editing. I didn't know anything about shooting a video. I didn't know anything about the bottles I was talking about. I didn't know literally anything. So I had to learn everything. I had to learn how to uh, talk in front of the camera. I had to learn how to shoot. I had to learn how to lighting effects. I had to learn how to software. I had to learn how to edit. I had to learn literally everything. And I'm not saying that I've learned it. I'm saying that I have slowly gained some tidbits of information over time, and it's slowly building. Again, like Brutally Honest Bourbon, that dude started his channel roughly the same time as me, and he's grown exponentially quicker than I have, mostly because he leaned into it and really pursued it. And I kind of held back and reserved and said, I'm just going to kind of focus on YouTube. I'm not really going to worry about Facebook and promoting things and Instagram and TikTok. And I'm just going to do just YouTube. And I'm going to post when I want to. I'm going to shoot when I want to. And I know that's a downfall to me, but it fits my lifestyle. It keeps the stress level down, and so be it. Yeah, it really is. It really is the most important. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I've been experimenting with it. I don't know if you're new to the channel or not, but my last couple of videos, I've really been. I, I've learned that I'm working off of a. I film everything on this. This is my iPhone. I don't know, 16, 17, whatever it is, Pro. It's not the latest. It's like a 2 year old version, whatever it is. Um, so I film literally everything on my iPhone, and then I edit on CapCut, the Pro version. I do pay for it, but it's a 12-year-old base model gaming laptop from 12 years ago. So it struggles. Like I film everything in 1080p, 30 frames, because if I film anything higher than that, I almost can't work with the footage, which sucks. So I'm really kind of teetering on the edge of, do I upgrade to a better laptop, a better whatever, to get my editing up, because I have been trying different things on my last few videos. If you're not new to the channel, you may have seen in the last few videos I've kind of leaned into the zooming in and out and the aspect ratio and the color grading and a few newer things. You may or may not have paid attention, but I'm really close to just saying, you know what, I'm gonna lean into this thing. I'm gonna get me a new laptop. I'm gonna eventually next year I'm gonna get a new actual camera like a Sony ZV-E10 and have a dedicated camera just for shooting content. Um, so, but you're right. Editing is so important when it comes to viewer retention. It's paramount in my opinion, because I can take any video and edit in a way that makes somebody wants to watch it. Whereas if I just put it out there for the masses as it currently sits, nobody's going to want to watch that, right? Because it's not put together. It's not. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I'm proud of my queen, but queen-ish. Appreciate that. What's up, Zavante Williams? How's it going, man? Man, I've been going for literally 110 minutes. At 1 o'clock in the morning here on the, this is like Central Time Zone. So, yeah. All right, I'm going to have one more pour. And, all right, we're going to put some of these bottles away. All right. So, okay. So you're in Cali. Do you know? Oh my God, what's his name? Bird's Eye Bourbon. You watch him? He's from California. That guy is freaking hilarious. He's actually an introvert, which is very cool because I'm an introvert, which is unusual for an introvert to be doing this type thing, right? God, is his name Mike? I, I think his name is Mike. Mike from Bird's Eye Bourbon. Guy's awesome. Yep, Bird's Eye Bourbon. Check him out. He's from California, always doing runs up and down the coast, and then of course going everywhere. The dude's just awesome. Anyways, since we're in Mississippi and we're talking about Mississippi bourbon, Old Soul, 10 Type 1. 10 Type 1. This has been out for a while. I mean, they keep releasing these, right? But just a little bit, just a little taste. I think this is like a 7 year. Yep, age 7 years, 10 type. Captain Luke Mayer is who is on the cover. You can see smoking a cigarette. 120.6 proof, unfiltered, uncut, cask strength. I don't think we have a mash bill, but I'm sure I could find one if I needed to. So, anyways. Oh. I believe that old glory give them a run for their money. But I do love some Old Soul. Anyways, done. Whiskey Reaper is good. Found him. Yeah, Whiskey Reaper is cool. I love that dude's voice. I'm not sure if that's some kind of software that he has on his voice, but I love watching his videos. I love watching his shorts. I love watching his where he does the barbecue stuff where he's like barbecuing something and he's talking about whiskey or whatever. Love it. Great stuff. Wage Wars. Probably not. Custom builds. Probably not. What are we doing here? Start an OnlyFans page or something. So this is my Bruzel Bourbon Hunter shirt. Some of you may recognize it. I got this from when he came to Spillway in Brandon, Mississippi. Spillway is a liquor store in Brandon, Mississippi, which is right next to Jackson, Mississippi, which is the capital of Mississippi. So, and if you watch the Old Dominic run or the chicken run that he did recently with the guy who owns Spillway, that's the guy. Golly. 116 minutes. What you do down there? I know you taught me how to say your name. Playmar? Plurma? All right, man. Have a good night too, dude. I think I'm about to head out. I got to get in the bed. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Plurmouse. Appreciate that. Plurmouse. That's how I'm going to say it. Plurmouse. I'm assuming the E is silent. That's how I'm going to say it. Appreciate you guys hanging out, stopping by, checking out everything. This won't be the last one. We'll chat with y'all later. Appreciate it again. Thanks, guys. We're going to end this now, and everybody can get to bed or get to work. I'm going to do both. Thanks, guys. Maybe if I can figure out how to end this. Appreciate it, guys. Foolproof Hunter out.